Bitch, I push her with that steel. Who you tryna kill? Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm riding through your veil. Bitch, I keep the cash out. Chopper shooting man down. Looking up at my banker, got that paper that your rap spark a blunt of while the stars shining. Bitch, I'm leaving presidential, leaving bonafide. Pushing up on the gas, this ain't no rental. Bring the 45, pop it like the 4G line. Started in the middle of that money, so don't hit my line. Call you on my head, please. Come and get your waist split. Calling me up like I give a fuck. Get yourself out of this. Bitch, I'm on the road, pedals dropping on the floor. Boy, I thought you knew to know better, talking like you don't. Bitch, I push it with that steel. Who you tryna kill? Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm riding through your veil. Bitch, I keep the out, chopper shooting man down. Looking up at my banker, got that paper that your rap stop. Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride. I'm Virgin Yados on the whip, I'm down the whip, I'm down the ride.
Hey, it's that Coleon, that Don shit run through me. Suited up like a mob boss, some top dog unruly. Broke nigga turn rich nigga, now the bitch niggas want sue me. Show you how to make a flick, nigga, how to turn your life to a movie. Bow tie and a red rose on the left side of my Gucci. Put a hit on you weak niggas, I treat niggas like goofies. I've been itching to kill some, I'm piped up with that Uzi. I've been looking for a real one to get wiped up, but I'm trying to niggas wish devil me, but I never see him in person. They gas up on that ketamine and my energy can't curve it. These bad thoughts don't never leave, you'll never see what I'm serving. I say I don't wanna go to therapy, but they telling me it's not working. My rose grew from the concrete, but it still cracks on the surface. My side bitch wanna block me, but she still a fuck for these persons. Been telling hoes not to lie to me, cause the truth will make you nervous. Know my grandfather be proud of me if he knew the whip that I'm swerving. I got fire for the wick, no matches. Smoke for the bitch, no ashes. Every verse I speak got passion. Do it for the streets where the shit get ratchet. Eyes on me, but it ain't no lacking. No one gave me shit, I smashed it. Had to lay each break and stack it. Building my dream, hoping it's gonna happen. Nigga, what's happening? I'm with it. If I want that drop, I spend it. If you want that block, I spend it. If you want that watch, I'm spending. I promise God I'm a changed man if you fuck around and I'm sinning. You a real nigga on the internet and I'm a real nigga for a living. Nigga, let's get it. Hey, it's that Coleon, that Don shit run through me. Suited up like a mob boss, some top dog unruly. Broke nigga turn rich nigga, now the bitch niggas want sue me. Show you how to make a flick, nigga, how to turn your life to a movie. Bow tie and a red rose on the left side of my Gucci. Put a hit on you weak niggas, I treat niggas like goofies. I've been itching to kill some, I'm piped up with that Uzi. I've been looking for a real one to get wiped up, but I'm
KOD, I'm king of diamonds, my bitches treat me like royalty. Where they pop out where they soil be, I do dirt and pay lawyer fee. Get his head wrapped like a Saudi prince, red dot his face like it's oily. My trailer's killed for this loyalty, you want Christmas, hold on, toy with me. Sosa Blanco, Coleon, I got 4 hoes, they enjoying me. Really cut from a different cloth and this shit sound like embroidery. Mama said go get a job, but that cocaine was employing me. My whole life was like a nightmare and my dream girl been annoying me. Like 100-round drum, we rock. She want that watch, I'm copping. You know I got lots of options. I throw the bird food out, they flop. This shit 40 got kick, it's not for box. I'm in a Batmobile like Gotham, bitch, I'm a wolf, I'm not a possum. It's that level up, turn a ratchet bitch in a bougie. Suited up like a mob boss, I could turn a wife to a groupie. Booted up in a lamb chop, throw 100 ball off and booby. Motion picture, not a short film, my whole life is a movie. Hey, it's that Coleon, that Don shit run through me. Suited up like a mob boss, I'm top dog, I'm booty. Broke, then I turn rich, and now these bitch boys won't sue me. Show you how to make a flick, boy, how to turn your life to a movie. Bow tie and a red rose on the left side of my Gucci. Put a hit on your top shooter, I treat ops like goofies. I've been fiending to kill something, we smoke shit like Lucy's. Looking for a real one to get wiped up, but I'm choosing.
Hi there. I'm the artist MC, and this is the hero's journey. Thank you guys for coming through today, being loyal. I do appreciate that. I do apologize that I'm here a little later than I said. I forgot what time it was, and that I'm on Central Time right now, I believe. And sometimes StreamYard updates to your current time where you are. Sometimes it doesn't. So the stream went live before I was actually where I needed to be. I was in Walmart in Wally World getting some groceries because I am currently in a hotel in New Mexico for work. So I needed to go get some stuff for snacks. I'll be here for 2 weeks. So I needed some snackies so I can lay in my hotel room and watch wrestling on the big screen above me. But now I'm doing the stream, and I'm sure I'm not taking any views away from bigger content creators, but I don't like doing that shit. So shout out to the Angry Man. I know he doing his stream. It was not intentional, bro. You know, I give the big dogs wide berth to do their streams. What's good, Malika? See Malika in here. What's up, Rainfire? What's good with you? That means everybody else are ninjas. You come out the bushes, ninja. I'm in New Mexico. You can't hide. There's no bushes. It's all flat. It's all flat out here. Like I said, how is New Mexico so far? It's nice so far. I mean, I like a clear view. And coming from California, the first thing I noticed, not just being on the plane looking out the window, but being down on the ground, seeing what I was just looking at when I was flying above it, how flat everything is here. You can see for damn near 100 miles. As far as your eyes can see, you can see, and it's flat. It's flat as shit. So that makes it a bit interesting because I know for me, where I'm from, you can't see flat ground. You want to see something flat, you better try to look at the ocean. That's about it. If you're on the beach in San Francisco looking out at the Pacific Ocean, that's as flat as you'll see things. That's it. And that's just water. Well, here it's flat and it's not really trees. It's like everything has a certain height and it's just that height everywhere. So it means that when looking out, you can see things for miles anywhere around you. If you out in the open, you could just see nothing is sneaking up on you. There are no ninjas in the bushes. No. So if somebody is coming, somebody is chasing you, they're just fucking chasing you because you can see them for miles. They're just gonna be there, right? The other thing is because it's so flat, the sky is open to you. It is the sky is completely open, which I love during the day, right? The sun is out, the clouds are out. You can see everything, right? Now I haven't been out yet today. I got back to the hotel before it got dark, but I'm guessing because we are so far away from a big city, there should be very little diffused light in the air. So I should be able to see a shitload of stars if I go outside. I'll probably test that out a little later. I got until the pool is open till 10 p.m. So I might go down there and free willy. It could be fun. I've been around pools in the places I've stayed for the last 6 months, and I haven't took a dip one time. Just how it ends up working out. And here is like being in Vegas a little bit, but a little worse because it's mostly desert anyway. Very red soil. Looks like clay when it gets wet. It can get really hot here. I know. It's cold as shit in the morning. It gets snow here, which sounds funny to say I'm in New Mexico, because Mexico doesn't sound shit like snow. And to say I'm in a desert, which also doesn't sound shit like snow. But I took a video today because I was going to send it back to my team in California of walking on the sidewalk, and there's salt all over the sidewalk. Now, all you people who live in colder climates like Malika's ass in Pennsylvania, who can talk about a -8 or some shit like that, or AB, know what that's the residue of. California people might not know that shit, unless you spend a lot of time in Tahoe or something. And what it is salt. They salted the sidewalks and stuff because it was pretty cold here and they had ice on the ground. So you throw salt down to make it so you can actually walk on that shit without busting your ass. Level ground and open horizons can give us city boys a whole new perspective on life in other states. Yeah, that's what I did. When I finished up my little work that I had to do today, I walked out in the field behind the shop. Just, feel my feet, crunching this dirt, right? And thinking to myself, I'm gonna need to bring some of this back, maybe, but I don't want to bring no fucking microbes back to Cali. That could be invasive. But I just went out in the field, walked out there, looked at their little community garden, which is so sad. Their tomatoes dead on the vine, dried out on the vine. But I just walked out in the field and was just, looking. How far can I see? How high up can I see? And it reminded me of, there's a picture from an anime, Macross Plus. And Isamu, the lead character in this, goes back home. And I forget the name of the planet that he was on that was home, right? And he's a test pilot in a fighter pilot program, the new Veritech fighter program, right? And he walks out onto dry lake bed, basically. And he's just standing there looking up at the sky and putting his hand up to the sky like he's trying to touch the sky. And it's a beautiful picture. I have it on my older laptop. It's my background. And to me, I look at that picture and it means reaching up for possibly the ungraspable, which is not a word, or reaching up to as far as you can stretch your reach. Let's see if I can find this picture so you can see it. There it is. That was fast. Now, mind you, it was only 2 VHS, so it was like, 8 episodes or so? It's one of my favorite animes ever. All right. Let's share this with you guys. Since this is a visual medium, pictures tend to work a lot better. There we go. Isamu Dyson. That's the picture. I think that might be big enough for you guys. Macross Plus, the movie. And if you don't know, Macross is the name of Robotech, right? We know it as Robotech in America. It's Macross in Japan, if you didn't know. That's for Andre out there thinking I never knew shit about anime until he showed up. But that's the picture. Him reaching up for the sky, right? So I like that picture. And that's what I did today. I didn't reach up for the sky, but I went out there and stood on that empty spot just to feel the wind. And it's interesting that because it's so flat, the wind gets going here. Apparently, they can have tornadoes here, maybe once a year, which I wouldn't be surprised because it's so flat. Something gonna come through here. There you go. There's a better picture of it for Andre. Macross Plus. If you never watched that anime, watch it. It's pretty good. If you watch the anime, you'll see where they got the idea for the movie Stealth from. It's taken from this, pretty much. And it fits with today because in Macross Plus, Isamu Dyson was in a competition against an AI fighter. People were trying to go AI. Isamu was kind of against that shit, and proving human beings were better than AI. So I have that picture without the banner head over the top of it, and it looks awesome. Awesome picture. Later in that scene, Isamu just falls back on the ground. It just lays in this wide open space, flat on the ground, looking up at the sky. Awesome. So anyway, that is what I did. That's what it's like to be here. It's really open, it's really spacious, and I'm looking to see a little bit more of it as I get here because this is only day one. I got here yesterday afternoon, a little last night, drove around this little town to see what's here. Basically nothing. You do have to drive. You leave this town, motherfucker, you driving to get to anywhere. Flew into Texas, flew into Lubbock, and spent an hour and 40 minutes driving here. So, got me a nice rental car, had me a nice drive. It was good. It was a good day. So, going to see what it has to show me for 2 weeks. I've already figured out what I'm doing this weekend, which is they have a gun show happening this weekend. I'm going to the fucking gun show. I've been dying to see a real gun show for a while. Not a California gun show, an actual gun show with places that let you actually have guns. I gotta go. It's gonna be like Candyland for me. So I already found a place to shoot pool. Apparently there's a couple. Good. So I can keep my weapon sharp. And I will go to the gun show. See what I can see. Like I say, oh yeah, I read that one. It's perspective. Yeah, it is perspective. This is the thing about perspective, Malika. When I get perspective, it's about understanding how small I am in the grand scheme of all of this shit. And I think that's what makes some people leery of shit like that. Being in a big open space. There's nobody here. You're here. You're there. This is a big place. You don't feel all of it, and that's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. What you should probably do is move around a lot more so you can try to touch as much of it as you can. So that's the perspective I seek. Places I've never been before, sites I've never seen before, and being able to say, okay, I've been there, I've seen it. At least some of it. Know what it sounds like, know what it smells like, know what it feels like. All the senses. I have only had one stretch of road like that going to Mississippi to Louisiana. You can see cops 5 miles away, no traps. Few times I went over 100 in a Nissan Sentra, still got passed. Yeah. The road coming out of Texas from Lubbock to Clovis, where I am, It wasn't really shit on that road. You could see for miles either way. Yeah, it turned a little bit. Wasn't nothing out there. I didn't see one cop. No, I did see one cop. By the time right before I got to New Mexico, I saw one cop. And that was near, get this, y'all, that was near Farewell, Texas. It's a city in Texas, the last city in Texas before you get into New Mexico is called Farewell. That shit was funny to me. That was funny. I wish I'd had my phone ready for that. I'm like, oh, it's Farewell. And now we're in New Mexico. Hilarious. But no, there was nobody was really speeding. Even though there wasn't any cops out there. You could see them. There's no hiding. There wasn't any cops out there. But people were still, maintaining the speed limit because I think they understand that shit coming through Texas. Like, you can fuck around if you want to. And sure enough, right before I got out of Texas, one guy was pulled over. I said, how did you get pulled over out here? What was you doing to get pulled over out here? Because I've been driving for a while. I ain't seen a cop, not even go in the opposite direction. So you must have been working for it. Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase. What movie are you talking about? What movie are you talking about, Rainfire? Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase. I can't think of a movie the two of them were in together. What up, Beast? And what up, Beast? What's going on? You messed up on that one here. I'll help you out. I'll delete that comment. And then now it's just the one with all the words in there. Yeah, laughing out loud. Oh, that place. Yep. No, state troopers do not play out here. And that's why I think people was driving like they had some damn sense, because it just says speed limit. That's it, bro. Like it's like an implied suggestion. That's the limit. Fuck around if you want to. Because I'm sure I might not see them, but they live here all the time. If I was really smashing, it came out of nowhere on my head. Oh shit. I got the Texas Rangers on me. Don't need no stadies. So, and I'm from California, so I'm keeping it cool on the way out here. So yeah, I'll be here for 2 weeks, and I will see what's what. But I have liked the scenery so far, here's the funny thing about a place being so flat, right? Because the place is so flat and everything is pretty much at the same level, it could be a place you're looking for. You don't know where the hell it is, but it's right around the corner. The only difference is you can't fucking see it. That's why. That's how I found Walmart. Walmart wasn't far from the hotel. And by not far, it was across the street at the next quarter. You just go around and there's this big ass Walmart. Well, I couldn't fucking see it. Everything's the same level. It's like, boy, this will throw your sense of direction in the crapper. You looking for a landmark or something? Like, well, you better know these streets. You just need to know the streets, or get some Google Maps happening. Because how far away is it? Oh, it's not far at all. Well, how far is not far? Well, if you walk over that street there, you'll see it. Like, really, it's right behind me. Okay, thanks. Big ass sprawling complex. I could see it. You don't see them because they hide in the trees or behind signs just out of view of drivers. This road had no signs. There was nothing off the side of these roads. Not even trees, motherfucker. No cactus, none of that regular desert shit that I would be looking for, having gone through Arizona and Vegas and Nevada and stuff. No. Shit was flat. Only tallest thing you see out here is grain silos. That is it. Nothing else, bro. So they must be in a ditch or something waiting. Richard Pryor movie was Deal of the Century. It wasn't Richard Pryor. That was Gregory Hines and Chevy Chase. Deal of the Century. We'll give you a little touch up. He was arms dealers. And Gregory Hines' character was Ray. And he stole this plane, like in Firefox. He stole the plane. And he beat the AI. So it's close, but not Richard Pryor, Gregory Hines. And just so you know, I'm not a dick. Because I said it was a visual medium. As you see, I just looked at it. I said it first, and then I looked it up to prove it. So y'all know my geek is not to be trifled with, sir. You cannot test my geek like that because this shit is locked into the memory bank. 1983 comedy thriller, one of my favorite movies. Give him a little touch up. Just a little bit of a touch up. Here, let's go to IMDb. Now, I've told you before, I'm a big Chevy Chase fan. Well, not a big one, but I'm a Chase fan. Forgot about Sigourney Weaver in this shit. And Gregory Hines. Look, Gregory Hines movies. And this is that he just need a touch up. Give him a little touch up scene where Gregory Hines' character is trying to be cool, and this dude is messing with this girl, and this is the scene. He says some wild shit. Hines' character and Gregory Hines' character is trying to work on his temper and whatnot. And he was supposed to be taking this blowtorch they had for a sale. Well, he pissed off Gregory Hines. So what did Gregory Hines do? He went in the back of his Porsche. He said, "Oh, I like the little flame job you got on your car right there. Here, I'm gonna give you a little touch up and set that motherfucker car on fire with the blowtorch. A little touch up." Sigourney Weaver when they're trying to make her sexy. See? The Arms Race for Peace 84. There you go. The test pilot, the arms dealer, and I forgot. I think Sigourney Weaver worked for the company. So there you go. Deal of the Century, 83. It might be worth a watch if you can find it somewhere. Chevy and Sigourney still alive. Gregory passed a bunch of years ago. So not only could he dance, he could also act. Used to seeing him on SNL so much, he mixed him up. I can't remember Richard Pryor ever being on SNL. He was bigger than them jokers who was on SNL. But like I said, I don't know everything. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. My head is big, but not because I know every goddamn thing. But I do know a lot. It's on Tubi, Art of Ibmore's favorite thing. I'm surprised it's not on YouTube for free. I want to watch this. I haven't seen it in a while. I want to watch this. And Roger Ebert didn't like it. Like I give a fuck. Yeah, all of these Chevy Chase movies I've seen. Deal of the Century, Modern Problems, Spies Like Us, Under the Rainbow, Oh Heavenly Dog. Seems like old times. I've seen a shitload of Chevy Chase movies, which is why I like Chevy Chase. I didn't see Cops and Robertsons. Best Defense, yes. Protocol, of course. Memoirs of an Invisible Man, of Fletch, of course. Fletch 2, or Fletch Lives, yes. Real Man, Ice Pirate. It's a shitload of his movies, dude. That was comedy in the 80s. Anyway. Yeah, but like it was a good flick. It was entertaining for the 80s. I'm going to have to just start watching those movies and doing my Sunday binges again. And just playing some of these old 80s classic movies that you guys have never seen. Just to see if anybody actually watches the shit one time. Because otherwise, it'll just be lost like good 90s music. Can't see it nowhere. Nobody talks about it. It's just disappeared. All right. So, that's 30 minutes of that shit. Should probably get to talking something about geekdom. I was having to write my notes because I left my book at home. And I had a lot of other stuff going on that was taking up my mental capacity. So I wasn't thinking about what was going on geekdom or what it was that I wanted to talk about before I actually went on this trip. Let's see. Correction. But like I said, Artisan, Richard Pryor was on SNL in the first season. The 5-second delay for television was created because of his monologue was filmed with curse words and dirty jokes, which is why I never thought Richard Pryor was on SNL. Because his comedy, how he does comedy, would not be getting seen on SNL. I didn't think so. But, yeah, he was there. 5-second delay. Thanks to Richard. You're welcome. Motherfuckers. You're welcome. So they know they need to censor that shit before I get out there. Y'all forgive me. I'm still a little bit sick. I'm still trying to get the rest of this phlegm out of me. But it's messing with my voice and my lung capacity. Okay. So, what do we want to talk about? I'll get this out there first because Malika is in here. I hope you guys remember. Maybe you watched it last season. Maybe you didn't. But Cross Season 2 is out. He was the host? Yeah. Okay. That's the only way I could see him being on the show. I wasn't seeing him there doing sketch comedy with the rest of them goofballs because he did his own sketch comedy show. Okay. Can I move on now? Or y'all want to stay in the rabbit hole with Richard Pryor and SNL? Rainfire said if it's on Tubi, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Yeah, it's free. It don't even cost you shit. All you need is not even 2 hours. It's what, an hour and something, 43 minutes or something like that. You don't even need 2 hours. Over and done with. I have forgotten details of some of these older movies. And yes, Richard's Black Samurai skit and the job interview sketch with Chevy were famous. I have to see it because I don't think I've seen those. Interesting. But as I was saying, Cross Season 2 is out on Amazon. And last weekend, it was #1 on Amazon, which is good. Now, I have not heard any reviews on the season because it's Amazon. They dropped the whole season at once, as far as I know. Let me be sure before I say some dumb shit I have been known to do. Go ahead and check this. Since Sharon is Karen, sharing is caring. All right, let's see. Do look like Philip Michael Thomas. All right, there we go. We got Cross. Mobland must be getting ready to come back. We got Cross season 2. And okay, only 3 episodes are out right now. Last one came out on the 10th. Oh, they dropped 3 episodes at once on the 10th. And now it's number 2. So on Monday is number 2. It was number 1 this past weekend. But if you haven't watched the show last season, you should probably check it out this season. It was a good show. It was. I like what's his name? I'm gonna forget his damn name when I just said it a minute ago. Aldous Hodge. Jesus Christ. I like Aldous Hodge. I liked this show. I like him as this Cross character. And this next season should be interesting. Should be interesting. So I'm looking forward to watching it. I haven't started watching it yet, but it's on the list. Cross is on the list to watch. It will not be something that will be slept on by me. I believe I did my reviews for Cross last season on Patreon. Let me see. A lot of double checking I got to do today. Get my fucking brain right. To the creator page. Let us see. I got it, bruh. Got it, bruh. Got it, bruh. Yeah, there we go. Let's view it as a paid member so y'all don't need to see all the financials. Come on, do it. Slow ass. All right. What we got on here? We got the Beast Games on here still. Episode 9. That last episode of Beast Games was some shit, bro. Oh, I'm telling you, this is a competition show that I'm enjoying watching because of what goes down with these people. And I can only imagine come on. See if that view works better. No. Not. Let me see. Delays. Fucking hell, dude. Do what you need to be doing. Sorry about that, folks. This thing always picks the most inopportune times to slow the fuck down. And I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so that's what it is. So let's see. I am looking for, now I cannot move on this page. Jiminy Cricket, bro. What the fuck? Everything is dragging. I probably should have just skipped it. Okay, now it's not dragging. All right, let's try this shit again. Lucky I'm being calm. What the fuck? Okay. So, go to collections. Let's see if Cross is in there. Killing me, bro. No Cross. I must have just watched it last year. Exit those pages, please. Yeah, I must have just straight up watched it last season. I thought I recorded it. Apparently, I did not. Anyway, regardless, I would suggest checking out the show. First season, like I said, was good. I really enjoyed it. Second season came back. I saw little or no advertisement for it coming back. I heard that it was coming back, but I didn't hear anything about when it would be showing up. And then it was there. So check it out. You know how they do sometimes when you got a black lead, black folks in it. And, you know, you'll have to, put your ear to the ground and talk to the Negro spirits to find out where the hell a show that you wanted to watch went. Excuse me. So that was the first thing I wanted to say, which was check out Cross. Second thing would have been who of you have seen The Wrecking Crew on Prime with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista? Who has watched that? If you are still here and responsive. There we go. Oh, the progressive types aren't trying to promote black masculinity like that? Hell nah. You know why? Because they can't control it. They all right with giving you a view of black masculinity if he's feminine as fuck. A masculine black man is of no use to them because a masculine black man wouldn't play with that bullshit. Men, period. Masculine men, period, don't play in all that bullcrap. They don't. That's why they label him. He's just toxic. It's not toxic. He's just not full of bullshit. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's the way most men should be. I can tell you this, being where I am right now, I'm seeing a lot of weird things in terms of men. And what I mean by that is I've seen a lot of dudes today with their children, with their babies, which is not a bad thing. But when you got your baby slung across your chest and a baby Bjorn and your little skinny ass wife is just walking in spandex, that's bothersome to me, dude. That's bothersome as hell to me. Like, she got hips for a reason. I don't get that. I understand it's a masculine thing to do to hold your child too. Yes, it is. It is. There's nothing emasculating about you holding your own child. Nothing. But if the two of y'all is out on a walk and you got a whole stroller, she can push it too. She don't need to be out there like the housemaid. She trying to catch some eyeballs. Because the same way it's slung across your chest like you carrying an assault weapon, she can do the same shit. And it makes more sense for her to do it since the baby's probably going to be hungry and she carrying the food. Get this shit. Anyway, that was just an observation. The Wrecking Crew. Well, like I said, he said, I think I'm going to watch Cross and Wrecking Crew tomorrow as a double feature. That will work. I would say, just for me, watch the Wrecking Crew first because the Cross has more episodes, right? It's 3 episodes. So once you start watching Cross, you'll be into the story for that going forward. But if you do Cross first and then Wrecking Crew, it'll like break your train of thought for what's happening next when you get to the next episode of Cross, which should be coming up in the next day or two, right? I say watch the Wrecking Crew first. You can get through it pretty quick. And you tell me. I watched the movie. I liked the movie. It was a good movie in a very 90s kind of action movie kind of way. But it did have a good heart in it, with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa being brothers from different mothers, literally. Their dad gets killed, and they are thrown into trying to find out why he was killed, because their father was a private investigator. He had one baby with one woman and another baby with another woman, and one cost the other one a relationship. So they're both brothers. They know each other. They kind of grew up together, but there's some animosity. There's some shit going on between them, some trauma between them especially. And the way it's resolved and dealt with in the show, I really liked, especially coming out of these two dudes, because I can tell you this, when I think about professional wrestlers who have turned actor, in my book, Dave Bautista is probably the best one. He's the best one as an actor. Yeah, he big as shit. He's not as big as he was when he was in the WWE, but I get more out of him that he is playing roles as opposed to is Dave Bautista being Dave Bautista. The Rock gets that a lot, and I still haven't seen the Smashing Machine to see if he breaks that convention, but he gets that a lot because he's always The Rock. Even in a movie, he is The Rock. You have a hard time not seeing the most electrifying man. You have a hard time doing that. If he was sitting somewhere playing a school teacher with glasses on, you'd say, man, that's The Rock with glasses on. If he did anything super masculine, you'd be like, yeah, that nigga would never been hired as my English teacher. Not ever. Right? He could do the Substitute remake and go into somebody's school and beat the shit out of their kids. But he's not going to be the mild-mannered dude that just all of a sudden went bad. You're not going to buy it. So out of those actors, I think Dave Bautista has done the best in some of the most diverse roles. So I like watching him act. He can actually act to me. He can actually act. Jason Momoa is just fun to me. He gets some good emotional beats too for his character, but he seems like he is always having fun when he's acting. Even in this movie, seems like this motherfucker was just having fun. I mean, he half-assed Lobo in this shit. He just don't have no face paint on and that fucking show enough hairstyle. But the leathers, motorcycle, walking with sunglasses on and shit, getting at chicks. I was like, this is how you get the chicks. This motherfucker is entertaining. He's entertaining. So, like, look, if I knew him, I want to hang out with him. He'd probably be fun as shit. Just say, like, tell him I'm his bodyguard. I'll be smaller than his ass. Like, what? How'd that work? Like, it does. He pays me to make sure it works. I'll step back, please. Like I said, it's a sad sight when a father was carrying a baby in a chest sling with Crocs and letting his female partner lead. You know what I'm getting at, Malika. You know what the hell I'm getting at. There's something about that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a father carrying their child. It doesn't take anything away from you masculinity-wise. It doesn't. But when I see what you were describing right now, the baby slung across his chest, he pushing the stroller too, and the woman is just out there with her t-shirt and the spandex and tennis shoes on, just, flaunting away, leading the way. That shit looked like a whole cut to me. That's what that looks like. That seems like the most emasculated position I've seen. Now, mind you, I say that having just come from Wally World, as my SEC back home will call it. Just came from Wally World. And the person in front of me was a Latino dude, his wife, completely overdressed for Walmart. She looked like she just came from the club or she about to go work the corner. This little ruffled blue dress on or whatever, and the high heel shoes with rhinestones on them and shit. And their child. But you know what still happened while they were there? And I know some people might find it rude. She still was bagging them groceries in that cocktail dress with the baby there, and he was there paying for the groceries and shit. She still helped the lady that was working there, bagged them groceries and put them in the cart, and then she pushed the goddamn cart with him. This is a far cry from what I saw not an hour or two beforehand with this dude out there just like he leading her around and she got to jump in the front seat and drive his big ass truck. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to be the masculine one. This is not right. She's 97 pounds. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Malika. That's what it looks like to me. And it's inherent. I never really think it's anything. Let me take that back. When I see it, I feel like something's wrong with this picture. And it makes me think this dude is a whole bitch. Just what it is. I have a friend that I was thinking about fucking with before. This was years ago, right? And she didn't have a dude, but she had dogs. And I liked her dog. She had a fucking greyhound. That fucking dog was fast. Oh my God. I had never seen a greyhound up close and personal, how fast these motherfuckers was. That dog was fast. Like, holy shit. You couldn't get away from him. You better be glad cheetahs are in Africa because we got greyhounds here. That motherfucker was fast. Well, the way she could train her dog was really good, right? But I noticed something. We had walked to like McDonald's or something like that. And she was trying to pull some of that same dog training bullshit on me. Now, I'm trying to do my part, like, man, walk closer to the street, get on the inside. She don't want to do that shit. And I peeped it in that walk, in that conversation that we were having, walking to McDonald's. It was like a mile or two. We're just walking, right? I'm like, this bitch would be here trying to train me like one of these goddamn dogs. Fuck you. Fuck you. You ain't going to be training me. That is not what it's going to be. You are not the lead dog in this pack if we out here together. You better fall back. Oh, fuck off. I kept it in my pants. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna try to fuck her. I'm not interested. No. I'm not fighting for space with the dogs. I don't believe they come before me. And you're not gonna be training me to be one of the dogs in your pack. You fucking tripping. No. No. Understand, you joining my pack. Everybody fall behind me. Like it or not. This is just the way it's gonna be. I'm not a follower. Mm-mm. I'm used to a certain degree of autonomy. And following me don't mean you get a shitload of rules, because I expect you to be fucking intelligent enough to know some common shit. But one of them is I'm not following you. It's nothing personal. I'm not. You can suggest, don't tell. Mm-mm. Dave Bautista movies last year, Killer's Game and Afterburn were fun watched. Had plenty of action and just not advertised well. Yeah, Killer's Game was a movie that he did. Like Wrecking Crew, both he and Jason Momoa had executive producer credit on the movie. So they're really involved with it. Killer's Game was I think it was Dave Bautista's first one that he was executive producing. So he's really trying to get into this Hollywood shit. That's why they've asked him about if he'll ever come back to wrestling. He's like, hell no. Hell no. It's not that he's making the Rock money in Hollywood. He just don't want to do that shit. But this Hollywood stuff he's enjoying. The movie making and stuff, he likes doing that. He's trying to take that shit serious. He said, fuck that crap. Hey, man, I love that dog. It wasn't even my damn dog. That dog was so cool. He was so cool. And watching that motherfucker, we were in big ass baseball field. It's 2 baseball fields put together, right? That motherfucker he was out chasing geese. He almost got them motherfuckers, boy, before they could flap and get off the ground. That motherfucker was there. He was there for him. I'm like, shit. I can't believe he that damn fast. Like, he ain't got no body weight. Like, I am the wind. Like, bruh. It was amazing to watch, though. It was an amazing sight to watch, to see how fast that dog would move. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, so what was that? Check out the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, definitely check out the Wrecking Crew. It's worth a watch. Good message. And Malika, you watching it? You tell me. I'm telling you this right now. There's some hot chicks in that damn movie. There's some hot chicks I was looking up in that damn movie, and it wasn't Morena Baccarin. Morena Baccarin. Wasn't just her. She been attractive for a while. If y'all never watched Firefly, none of that, or Deadpool and stuff, she been fine for a while. I'm fine with her. There's some other chicks in there, some New Zealanders. I'm like, man, I need to go to New Zealand. For real. Looking nice. Looking nice. It's like the women around here. The women around here are nice. Cute. And cut right. It's like it may not be a lot happening up top, boob wise. Be like CB, right? Like normal shit. But from the hips down, bro, ass, little legs. So it's just all ass. Like, what is it out here in the New Mexico water? Like, and they friendly and nice. Like, what the fuck? You don't know me? Why are you smiling at me, lady? You're giving me good service. I don't know how to deal with that shit. I might lose my damn mind out here. Like, I think she's trying to fuck me. She's just being polite. I was in Texas Roadhouse last night. We went out to dinner. Our little waitress that came over there, little white chick, nice ass, little body and stuff. I'm like, she got some ass. Okay. Now I'm looking around. I see the waitress over at the other table, and the other waitress over at another table, and it's all different race. I'm like, is that just how they make them down here? Or they hiring manager got a legitimate taste. He hired for a reason. Good Lord. Is that part of the hiring process? You got to put on these jeans and let's see how you look? Like, Jesus. Malika said, message received, sir. Good. I thought you could pick up what I was putting down. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Even a little cousin. Cousin look right. Cousin look right. I had to look her up. I'm like, damn, I've seen her in a movie already before. Next Point wins. But that New Zealand soccer team, she was in that movie. I was like, damn, I watched that again. Texas white girls have had the goods for a long time. Yeah, I know about that. But mind you, I'm in New Mexico. So maybe they came over the border for one way or the other. I don't know. They just cut really nice out here. Yeah, you can call it a mom bod or whatever you fucking want to. But man, a nice backside and some nice legs, pretty face and a pleasant demeanor will take you places. For real, it'll take you all kind of places. I got lunch today, and the little girl in there was so hot. I was like, damn, she must be 25. I'm not looking at this little bitch no more. She looks too nice. I just asked her how was her Valentine's Day. She said, oh, it was good. How about yours? I said, oh, it was fine. I was just working. But she was just as pleasant and shit. I'm like, let you know how much of a glutton I am for like good customer service. I just dealt with this dumb fuck on Saturday about selling the vehicle. But this motherfucker got in his damn fifis. I waited. Hung up the phone on me. I was like, you son of a bitch. Fucking up what I need to get done. Steven, I was thinking about you because I drove out of Lubbock. I just didn't know if you were still in Texas. You know what I do, bro? I'm Tiger teaming. I'm Tiger team in Clovis right now. I'm Tiger teaming in Clovis. So if you know Clovis, you know what's out here in Clovis. Annalise probably know. And when is the move to Japan, man? Let me know. I ain't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. I touched down in Texas, was in Dallas for a while, then went to Lubbock. And driving out of Lubbock to Clovis. So I was thinking about y'all. Sir Lavio. I said it earlier just again. And what's it like? It's like really flat. Which was my point for being from California. You can't see too far without seeing a hill, a change in grade, the street goes down or goes up. Maybe it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it is if you start walking it. Here, it's just flat. It is just flat. Everything is stretched out. You don't know Clovis? Ask wifey. She knows Clovis. Canon AFB. Japan next summer, 2027. Now I know when to get my tickets. Sounds like November should be the Japan year. Yeah, all right, Canon, yeah. It's really quiet and really clean here. Really quiet and really clean. Shut Shut up, Dipset. He said you in that Chainsaw Massacre land, flat and dusty. Yeah, that was the joke I made about it's so flat. If somebody was chasing you, you'd see them for a mile back, but you know they coming. Like you can keep running, but you turn around and look, they still chasing you too. It's like nowhere to hide, bro. There's nowhere to hide. You just out there. Just out there. You better come. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna ride the plane for that damn long without having an issue. Yeah, something happened, but I'm not sure I want to share it with you guys because it was embarrassing. But anyway, you said you better come. I want to come. You invited me. I told you I'm like a vampire. I will go nowhere if you don't invite me. But if you invited me, I'll show up. I have not been to Japan. It's been on my bucket list. It has been on my bucket list for a while. And as old and fat as I'm getting, I better do it now while I can still fit in one seat. Maybe if things go right, I'll have company. Who knows? So what else we got? We took care of Cross. We took care of the Wrecking Crew. Beast Games. Y'all need to watch the finale of Beast Games this week because if you have not been paying attention to that show, this is all of the stuff is on Prime, mind you. Some good television happening on Prime. Beast Games for a game show has been wildly entertaining, dude. It has been throwing me curveballs, having me laugh out loud the whole time watching that shit. And some of the clips, I started putting some of the clips up on the shorts just so you can see some of the stuff that's happening on it. Bro. One of the things I love in this season, these people are getting an experience of a lifetime being on the show. And I'm not talking about in a survivor way where we went to this island and we got to be here for like a month or two, playing this game for money, getting emaciated or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I think Mr. Beast does a good show because he brings in a lot of separate ideas from game shows, but that psychological twist that's thrown in this shit really makes it more entertaining. The other part is, in an Amazing Race type of way, these people left North Carolina to play in this game, got on a plane, they don't know where the fuck they going. They get off this plane, they had landed in Dubai, my nigga. And it's Lamborghinis waiting for everybody. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker got sponsorship. Like, Jesus. They got Lamborghinis. And they driving through town to this next place that they're going to stay for the last part of this little journey with all this money they collected because that whole, hey, there's $1 million sitting up here and it's 10 of you. You can take as much as you want of this, but whatever you don't take, you leave for the next person. That exposed that part of the game, exposed motherfuckers every time. And I was right. I was motherfucking right, bro. I saw it coming. That greed. Oh, God. And the way motherfuckers be rationalizing that shit. But then after they done this dirty shit to another player, now they got to sit there and keep looking at them in the game. Jesus. And this next one, I think some people about to fall out for real. Because, like they say, loose lips sink ships. And somebody is too much of a child, bro. Too much of a child. He about to get his balls whacked for real. He about to get the spike ball bat to the nuts. It's gonna have to. It's gonna have to happen. because he has been a fucking idiot. So I'm enjoying the show. The amount of money that's thrown around in that show is like, this has to be one of the, and I say this loosely, this has to be one of the easiest shows to win hundreds of thousands of dollars on at one time. And these people make the dumbest fucking decisions in the course of, well, do I take it or do I push this money off? These people are like my family. No, the fuck they not. These are not your family. I don't care how long you've been here. It ain't been years. But you go on there, you make it a little way, you can win you some serious money, some serious life-changing money in an instant. In an instance, for nothing. And I'm sorry, it was like, damn, this is an awesome little concept you got put together. Excuse me. So I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the finale because I expect to see some fireworks. I really do. I expect to see some emotional fucking fireworks. And I'm really interested to see who wins because last season, the guy who won, he really did just read that black woman. That black woman had complete blinders on. She couldn't fool him for a second. Even with all her grill face, tough acting shit. She had a white dude at home, and that white dude that she was competing against knew her fucking number better than she did. And walked away with 10 milli in her face. Yeah, we was friends. Yeah, we were good. Yeah. Bye, bitch. 10 milli? Bro, you had to take me off of camera after a loss like that. You just had to fake him out one time. You couldn't fake him out. He knew you. He had your number. He had known you the whole time. You had no secrets from Zaddy. But thanks for making that money for him. Bro, it was rough. It was rough shit. This season, I think there's some more of those awakenings like that coming for some people. I think it's coming. Because people on there talking about, hey, this is my buddy, this is my friend. He got to meet my family and shit. Yeah, he fucked you and your family over. He didn't, because that money was there in front of him. He's like, yeah, well, fuck him. He ain't really my brother. All that bullshit they was talking on camera with they solo cameras and all the rest of that shit did not matter. That money was put there in front of their ass. It's like, yeah, well, fuck him. I'm not going to leave here with nothing. Dumb motherfuckers, you're not going to leave here with nothing. You just leave here with less than 5 million. But that's not nothing. Stupid asses. So I'm waiting to see how it plays out. I'm interested. I'm very interested. What I am not interested in, even though I did watch the episode last night twice because I fell asleep and then woke up again to go eat dinner, was the Starfleet Academy. And AB, I know you out there in the woods somewhere. I don't know why I'm still watching this show. I told you last week that I'm watching it like a fireworks factory on fire, right? I'm just looking for the explosion and the occasional bottle rockets and it's pretty colors, right? I watched the show this week and I found myself a little bit entertained and a little bit irritated that there was so much fucking sex in this. I'm like, why do I have to see this chick? Ain't these supposed to be teenagers or something? Why do I have to see her all straddled up under a blanket on top of this dude? The fuck? This is regular television? I'm like, okay, it's not regular television. It's on cable, sort of. But bro, this is a bit too much. I'm seeing way too much of this shit. You think kids are watching this show? Not my kids. You still watching that train wreck too? It's halfway entertaining for how bad it is. That's the funny part. It took me 3 episodes to know I didn't need to watch no more of this shit. But I find myself going back just to entertain myself a little bit. See this bullshit happening. And watching it again. I can say this about this last episode. Paul Giamatti do kill it. He does seem like he has fun. I like Holly Hunter as an actress. I do not like her in this role. I do not like this captain, Chancellor, whatever the fuck she want to call herself. She is dumb as fuck. Bro, dumb. For being as old as she's supposed to be, you make some of the dumbest mistakes ever. But that goes back to what I said about this show from the first episode. The dumbest people in space, next to the alien Earth, synthetic human being dumbasses. They're stupid. Oh, the gay Klingon dancing with the human male. Well, it had to be a white dude though. This one was different. This episode was different because it was a situation where it was all life and death, and they could get killed by these other aliens. And he checking on the white boy to make sure he okay. And white boy touches his leg. It's okay. I'm a warrior. You're a warrior. You're telling that to the Klingon bird watching, Moist Towelette. Right. You were so brave. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. This is such an alternate universe of Star Trek that we never have to go back to. And I'm saying that as a suggestion. Memory hold this bitch when it's over, please. This is good to get drunk to. It is not good to be Star Wars. It's not. You can forget that. You want to give 1 second to this show? I don't know why not. You like laughing? You like laughing? Laugh at it. Just don't watch it with your daughter, because they gonna throw some. Your daughter will see kids dumber than she could ever possibly be, right? And your daughter is young. These characters act like they're below her grade level. Like, oh my fucking God, dude. These are some of the stupidest people trying to sound smart. But it's entertaining for how bad it is. Excuse me. I'm not saying it's like watching an old 80s B or C movie entertaining. No, it's not like that. But it's bad. You know it's bad. They believe they're doing something really good, which is hilarious. But it defaces Star Trek in every episode. At the same time, trying to pull on Star Trek to give what they're doing some weight. This fucking Vulcan in here was quoting, a great Starfleet officer once said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Sometimes. Look, man, if you don't shut the fuck up, that was Spock, and you not him. Quit it. Quit it. Fucking idiots, dude. Hell, Super Beast, though. I didn't think Paul Giamatti could go lower than the Rhino. In this role, it just seems like he's having fun with it. Look, you can never fault an actor for catching a check. You can't. Paul Giamatti is a good actor, very comical actor. Well, this one, he gets to be the villain. He gets to be all, verbose and all the rest of this shit. He be talking some shit. He does. In a masculine kind of way. Like he told the captain, Nala, sit your ass in this chair and don't get up until I tell you to. I'm like, man, they acting like they having some little playtime here. The fuck? It looked like it was playtime. Like, all right. It will be canceled. I think it's already canceled, Steven. I do. I think they're finishing up the second season, and after second season is canceled. So I got one more season in the Acolyte. Ugh. Bizarro Worlds. Yeah, Bizarro Worlds. That's a disrespect to Bizarro. Don't put that on Bizarro's people, okay? Don't put that on them. No. That is the Rainbow Academy, and everything that happens in it was that because the white dude grabbing on the Klingon's leg to let him know he was going to be all right. I was like, ew, gross. Do we need that right now? You know, there's people outside this bridge door shooting and trying to get in there to kill you and eat your flesh. But it's time for a knee hold. Like, oh God, just stick your tongue in his mouth and let's get it over with. Just get it over with. Let's just dispense with all the bullshit and get it over with. The other thing that's interesting about this show is how much they constantly rip off of other sci-fi shows. The characters in this shit look like two different things, right? One, they had the kind of effect of the necromongers in the Riddick Chronicles of Riddick movie, right? But they also look like the Chitauri, was it Chitauri? In the Avengers movie, right? Where it looked like they have so much appliances over their face, you can't really see their eyes or anything like that. But then they also have that added element of being like the Reavers from Firefly, where they eat people. They cannibals. So they got that weird spatial effect, like he's here, but he's moving here at the same time of having all this appliances all over the face, so you can't really see their eyes or whatnot. It's like, dude, this is just ripped off and patched together bullshit. This is a Frankenstein monster of other ideas. Yeah, he called the captain his space boo. Look, the language is the worst part of this thing. The language is the worst part of this. You could watch this show, and if they actually used, I don't know, some English, like not common vernacular, you'd probably buy it a little better. But because they use so much contemporary slang and shit like that, you pull way out of it the whole time. You're just watching people with costumes on, cosplaying. Because their vernacular is the same that you use today. And they're supposed to be so many thousands of years in the future from you. No, and fucking no. And some of the time it does look cheap. Because when the episode opened and we were getting to see Caleb and the other Timar, whatever her name is, the Beta Z. They keep calling them Beta Zoids. I'm like, they're not Zoids, they're Z. They're Beta Zs. What the fuck, dude? Get your own shit right. Like, fuck. When we had to go see them in bed, and they start panning over out the window and passing the table with these two bottles, I was like, those are just two aluminum bottles of water. Bro, can you at least futurify this shit a little bit? I mean, this is contemporary shit. Y'all know nothing about science fiction. You are not inspiring anybody with shit that they can recognize from right now. Language that they speak right now and items that they can recognize from right now. You are not exciting anybody's imagination with any of this shit. And since I seen another patched together alien, you didn't have any ideas either. So shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, B, Space Boo. Space Boo. He said that shit like he wanted a piece of her. But at the same time, he hate the hell out of her. Get it over with. He get to be all over the place. He's playing the villain. So, excuse me. And actually, how they were fighting this villain was basically a ripoff of, what was it? I think it was it not Undiscovered Country. So one where the Klingon, it was what was his name? Glenn Plummer? Christopher Plummer was a Klingon, and they had a cloaking ship, and he was sitting there firing on the Enterprise and shit like that, and Spock had finally figured out how to track them down, which was an exhaust port when the ship cloaked and decloaked. And basically they shot him in the ass with the torpedo because it hit that exhaust port. They basically took that and put it in this show to try to go after the people that were holding them hostage. Oh, it's invisible. It keeps moving the debris. And let me see this. Like, oh my God, dude. Not original. Not original. Well, it wasn't. It was Undiscovered Country. So I was right. Told you. Look, man. I watched a lot of Star Trek. Watched a lot of Next Generation. Watched a lot of Voyager, DS9. Definitely the movies. I've seen every one of the Star Trek movies. I like Star Trek, just like I like Star Wars. But after a point where they started putting too much fucking sex into shit, I jumped out. Star Trek Enterprise was it. Scott Bakula, that was the last time I followed a Star Trek show. I was kind of done. You don't need to try to redo 709 with a Vulcan now. I'm not interested, dude. Yeah, Jerry Ryan look hot, dressed up as 7 and 9. That's not going to be every show. It's not. That's not what I was showing up for. It was nice eye candy. That's not what I was showing up for. So, this last episode, mildly entertaining, special effects wise. I think they're doing their job special effects wise. I wish they had a fucking story to wrap the special effects around. But, you know, I don't make the shit. They just expect me to watch it at my expense. It's the comic book disrespecting episode for me. Leave comics out of it. Oh, yeah, because the Vulcan had a comic book that was telling the story of what happened to that ship. Yeah, that was some shit they pulled from somewhere else, too. That had happened in another show. Yeah, 7 and 9 was eye candy. That's all she was. Decent enough character, but she was eye candy. The ball made no sense. She broke immersion for me. Yeah, is that Jim Hadar Klingon chick? Because it's curious to me. One of the things I found interesting on this show. There's a couple of things that happen on the show that they keep doing, and I'm not sure if they notice it or not. They always had the 3 dark-skinned characters together. Jaden, Mir, or Caleb, and then Sam, the little photonic chick. They're always together. All the other characters off having some interesting story shit. These other 3 are always together. When it came time for people to get into some scrapes and be fighting some other aliens, all the heavy people was on the bridge. And it was all mostly the women. Sitting their heavy asses up on the bridge at some controls, giving some other people some damn direction. Even the one who said she swallowed her comm badge. Like that shit goes in your mouth, paste eater. Fucking window licker on the Enterprise. Look. Oh, T'Pol from the Enterprise. Look, I have blanked most of that show from my mind. I didn't make it through. I think it was the first 3 episodes of that. Yeah. So I think that's one of those things that happens. Like, okay, you got these heavy characters, your drill instructor, second in command, and Jim Hadar Klingon ain't had us a fight yet. No scrape. With a mix like that, you should be the baddest warrior there is. And all I see your ass doing is sitting in the background to this white chick somewhere. Or getting back to your white chick. Interesting. Pretty progressive. The role they have for you. Let me see what the bowl looks like. T-Pole. Yeah, she was the Vulcan, the sub commander. Yeah, this is the one this is the one I was talking about. This is the one I was talking about, Dead Set. Because that was very un-Vulcan of her. Damn, is this? Oh, it's a toy. Okay, because that shit was like, bro, that was a lot. Okay, let's see if I can open this up for you guys. T-Pole. T-Pole. The T-Pole on my nipple. T-Pole on my nipple. Okay, y'all, for the rest of y'all who didn't watch Enterprise, this is what me and Dead Set are talking about. This is T'Pol. T-P-O-L. This is the Vulcan on Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise, the show. This is the one they had trying to make her sexy, and I was like, I'm done with Star Trek. Because if you look at her, she looked like 709. You just went back, instead of somebody who was a Borg, and kind of smart for that, you went back and got one of the other races who are known to be smart on the show, which is the Vulcans, and then you just sexified her. Which, if you've ever seen any movies, anything, Vulcans don't dress like that. They don't. They usually have more flowing gowns and shit like that. And this don't look like no Starfleet uniform. So, tried to sex her up just to try to make her look like 709. Here we go. Here we go. One who started it all, coming to the house in a camisole. Y'all tell me, was it better or worse when Jerry Wine put her hair down at 7 of 9? Did it make her more or less sexy? And they started letting her wear her hair down. I was like, oh, shit, man. You ain't even in costume no more. You just walking around on set. Damn, Jerry. Okay, I guess that'll work. Where's my sub who complains when I put up white women? Get ready. You better get ready. Hair up was the best for you? Yeah, see, studio, thanks for showing up, man. I was kind of thinking that too. I like long hair. Don't get me wrong. I like it with the long hair, but the hair up was that look, man. It's like T-Boz growing her hair out. Like, what you doing, girl? You got to have that shortcut. Not everybody can wear that shortcut, right? So there you go. There's 709. Jerry Ryan, long neck ass. Tall drinking water. So that's what T-Pole was trying to do. That's what she was trying to pull off. After Voyager on Enterprise, she's trying to pull off this sexy look when you realize Voyager is further in the future than where this Enterprise show was supposed to be. So This is supposed to be the sexiest thing you've seen in a while. Boobies on deck. Yep, them shuttles is about to launch, Malika. Those torpedoes are ready to fire. They're waiting for Khan to come through. Yeah, up and down, still sexy. Yeah, she's a sexy woman. But the hair up, that worked. They killed it. Hair down was just her being herself. That's all I can say after that point. It's just her being her. But she wearing that little suit and walking around every time she turned left bridge or anything like that. Okay. You know why people showing back up. Yeah, that's why you hated the hair down. Because when they put the hair down, they put her in the regular Starfleet uniform. That black be hiding shit. That black be hiding stuff. Fuck all that. I like my 7 with a shortcut. The 7 of the boy cut. Anyway, back to the Star Trek hate of really, Beastly? He said, "Oh my God, my first sci-fi crush." Really? I didn't know that. I would have said Carrie Fisher. Or that chick out of Ice Pirates. She was pretty hot. Just saying. Oh, look. The Jem'Hadar Klingon is a black woman. I don't know what Amazon got with hiring some short, big booby black woman to play some role that they just need to keep putting in front of the camera. But that shit is bothering the hell out of me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dad. Said Aaron Gray. Buck Rogers. Ew. With her tight suit on. Yeah, she predates 7 of 9, and she was working that little white flight suit, boy. Working that flight suit. I think we showed her not too long ago because I think how old is she now? She's like 70 or something like that. She still look good. Like, get the fuck out of here. I can still see that that's her. Wilma Deering. Wilma Deering. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, she had the blue suit too. Let's see, maybe that's some more. Whoop. I love these little moments where we can show the youngsters what they missed and why we like what we like from the 80s. Because I think you were allowed to like women back then and find them attractive or sexy. That's not the blue suit, but that's Aaron Gray, Colonel Wilma Deering. The white flight suit on. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And I'll open this real quick. This motherfucker lucky, he got a signed copy. Look at that. She ain't even got no big boobies. Just slim. That flat tummy. Aaron Gray. Mrs. Gray will see you now. You know what the funny part is? That Yeah, sexy for the 80s. It's not sexy of 2000, or at least 2026. Sexy right now would be a woman half naked with pasties on. That would be considered sexy. But you take it to the 80s, Wilma Darian was sexy for the 80s, and she was fully dressed. Fully dressed. You couldn't see cleave or anything. You could tell her top was padded, but you couldn't see shit. Fully dressed, she was sexy. You find that odd? Women right now is damn near butt naked and no, you gotta look at me. I'm sexy. Not really. You just exposed. Yeah, she was in Silver Spoons too. I remember her in Silver Spoons because I watched Silver Spoons. I was just watching Pool Hall Junkies the other day and watching Ricky Schroeder play pool. Listen to Rainfire. Beastly 7 could get my 9 anytime she wanted. Get that little buckshot. Kona Wilma Deering is a wet dream waiting to happen. Yeah, she was back in the day. She was. Carrie Fisher too, because look, Princess Leia, she moved nice in the white toga with the no bro on. Just so. Erin Gray would have made a good. She would now. Her hair was straight up gray. She would have made a good Sue Storm. They got their shit together. And she was hot in Silver Spoons too. She was hot in Silver Spoons. Yeah, now they shame you for not liking men that dress up like women. Yeah, not liking it, not accepting it. Or saying, that looks weird to me. Oh, you just a homophobe. I'm not afraid of him. I just think it looks stupid. What the fuck? What about his feelings? You can't tell him that looks stupid. It does look stupid. It's done badly. Okay, you got some other gay friends who can help you? Like, come on, get this shit right. At least make it look right. Sexy Twilight dancer in Jabba's palace did it for me. Return of the Jedi. Yep, her too. Her too. Oh, that was objectifying women. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up, this is fictional. And I'm sorry, I think women want men to think they're attractive. Have a better chance of finding a husband that way, if that's what you so desire. Looking for Xena Warrior Princess. Look, it was Xena Warrior Princess for my fantasy adventure game and 7 of 9 for sci-fi. That's 2 strong choices. Lucy Lawless. Lucy Lawless is basically, for you guys' generation, she's like our Linda Carter, the Wonder Woman. Nicely stacked, dark hair woman. Yeah, because Linda Carter can still get it. And I think she got to be damn near 70 years old. Sorry, I saw her in that Wonder Woman 84, Spider-Man 84, as AB call it. She still look hot. Old lady or not, I don't give a damn. That's Wonder Woman, man. That is Princess Diana. Come hither. Erin Carrie Fisher in the Blues. Yep. Carrie Fisher and the Blues Brothers was something else. That fucking machine gun. Oh, yeah. Tanya Roberts. Sheena. Cool. And Breastmaster. 74 to be exact. Yeah. So I forgot what the point was, but it was on Star Trek and how badly the Starfleet show is. But if you want to watch something and not have to take it seriously and not have to pay that much attention to it and have something playing in the background, it works well for that. It usually works well if you just need something to watch on your phone while you're taking a shit. It works for that too. Just saying. Bo Derek. She was all right. Never really cared for Bo Derek. Leah Roshan just went viral for saying they had to work with the face and body they had back in the day, not the BBLs and overly fake stuff. She ain't lying. That's sunshine. And she would know because Leah Rashawn went from being one of the finest women in Hollywood to looking like somebody you couldn't even recognize as being that fine nowadays. So she's seen it from both sides. How people want you and how it falls the fuck off. No. Natural beauty, to me, is always more attractive. Like I said, I've been with women with big breasts. I've been with women with big fake breasts. They're just big breasts. And I don't understand why they even got them that big. For what? Compensating. So I'm not into a bunch of fake parts. I don't even like fake nails. I don't. So I'm probably the wrong person to be up there. No, BBL is okay. No, I don't think anybody young should be having no BBL. For what? Are you a stripper? Because what else would you need it for? Psst, you better take your ass to the gym and start hitting some squats, motherfucker. There's a video I was putting up on Instagram. I sent to some of my female friends. There was a video from Japan of what they were doing to try to make their asses plump. You know what they were doing? They were standing close to the wall, spreading their legs wide against the wall. So they up against the wall look like a frog on a plate. And then they're squatting and holding that position. You know, so you engage the glutes and all of that shit. And then just holding that position. The motherfuckers up there trembling and shit like that, look like convulsing and stuff. What happens is those muscles tighten up and sucks your ass up. Now you got cheeks, baby, and not extended backs. It looked funny, but it would have a natural result. That's what most of you lazy motherfuckers need to do. Natural results. Hey, it's funny as shit, Malika. Let me see. See if I can send it to myself so I can share it with y'all. Because it was some funny shit to me. And I like laughing. I readily enjoy laughing. To be loved, to be loved. Here it is, right here. Okay, I found it. I'll tell you something too, just to be funny with you guys for a hot minute. If you find an Asian woman with ass, you should probably talk to her. Because Asians don't usually come with ass. It's usually flat. So them being interested in an ass whatsoever and figuring out ways to do it and to get it without having a surgery is really interesting. They recognize it's something that they want and they figure out a way to get it done. But what didn't pop into their head was cutting on themselves to do it. To me, that's some American shit. Where is it? Damn it. Finish downloading. Let's see. I don't see it. Motherfucker. There it is. All right. It's there. Now to the Google Drive. Bodybuilding is not just getting super swollen like most people think. It's shaping your body to what you want it to look like. Exactly, studio. That's why it's called bodybuilding. It's not called bulking up. It's called bodybuilding. You can be extremely cut and never break a certain weight, but be cut like 6 pounds of dope, nigga. When I worked out, what I told people was that I never wanted to be big. I never did. I never wanted to be really big. I wanted to be cut. I wanted to be toned. And my model I was using was Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was not the biggest dude in the world. He didn't bulk up massively like all Americans want to do. But that motherfucker was cut. Them arms had definition. And he was strong. And not because he looked like he was Charles. That's what Americans get into as what they see as being strong, bulk. That's your Westerners. Or no, that's your European peoples. All your strength comes from bulk. But you see, some of the strongest people in the world they're usually fat and heavy as fuck. Some of your strongest martial artists are not. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on him. Dad said he make me laugh. I love his videos. I like cutting strong myself. Anatoly is one of my favorites. Anatoly is my favorite, dude. That dude is my hero because he embarrassed the shit out of people in the gym and have them looking at him just mystified, like, how the fuck did you do that? Because he's fucking strong. That's it. That's all. He's just strong from doing regular shit. Them videos are always funny to me. Always, always, always funny to me. Oh no, I pick it up. I pick up like, holy shit. Especially when he gives them his mop and the motherfuckers can't even pick it up. He been carrying this bitch around with one hand. He handed it to them. They can't even pick it up with two hands. Like, the fuck? That's the kind of strong I would want to be. Where you grab somebody and they just know, like, oh my God, I got to totally bitch up. I didn't think he was strong like that. Apparently, he is. Come on, man. Ugh. I tell you, anytime I'm trying to do something simple, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sometimes technology really gets on my fucking nerves. Where was it paused? You don't need to wait for Wi-Fi. You just need to do it fucking now. No, don't only transfer it over Wi-Fi. Transfer my fucking file. Ooh, I'll get sleepy. Yeah, get my ass off of here. It's damn near 9 o'clock on my side. We need to wrap this up. Okay, now it should be on here. And here it is. We went down to go up to go down again. I can probably show it right from here. Yes, motherfucker. Just, oh my God. Systems. Kodak downloading. This is it. Yep. I don't see how they can tell that beard and wig is fake. Because here's the thing. I can't remember who said it. It was in a movie. That folks don't usually really pay attention to the people they think are beneath them. The guy mopping, sweeping the gym, you never really look at closely. You don't care. Why? Because he's doing that menial labor part. So you never look him in the eyes because you pretty much pay no attention to him. But that's kind of how it's designed, though, too. They're supposed to be in there and be, invisible and just get the job done. Not being there drawing attention to themselves. So maybe after they look at him, they think something is off about him. But I dare say he can get away with not having his beard and shit like that on, and these people probably still wouldn't recognize his ass. All right. So I have the video now. I'm going to bring it up. And thank you, who was that? Studio, for donating to the stream. It's been 2 hours and I have half a movie ticket. Thank you. What did he say? I like the Brazilian female bodybuilder look. Big legs and glutes with a small toned upper body. I agree, Studio. Like that volleyball player body or that Brazilian track and field runner. Like, bro, I don't care. Shout out Studio. He said, I came in late. Did you already talk about recent trailers like Spider-Man Noir? No, because I haven't watched that trailer yet. I have not watched that trailer yet. But thank you for supporting the stream. I will give you that 3 beef salute before I bring up these grunting Asian women. I'm partial to ballet dancers and figure skaters. Yep. So girly Asians work well for me. Likewise, I like ballerina bills because they're slight, but they are strong. Right? It just gets down to the feet. I don't necessarily like feet anyway, but hammer time toes can go somewhere. But figure skaters, yes, they usually have nice figures. Statuesque in some ways. I remember when the Brazilian woman used to bleach their body hair instead of waxing or shaving. I thought it was natural at first. I was thinking, what kind of mutation they got down there? It's not a mutation. They got that ethnicity in them that'll make stuff grow in pretty fucking thick. If that's a problem for you, but Brazilian women been on a sexy level to me since I was a little kid. Like, why do you go to Brazil to see somebody sexy ass oba dancers and shit? Okay, so this is the video. Women, this is how you can get yourself an ass if you don't have one without doing surgery. But mind you, it takes a little bit of work. See that shit? That's an Asian woman with an ass. What's the mini player? Why is this thing not bigger? I've had an Asian woman with ass, at least two. They don't always come like this. But what she's sitting there showing her is that by doing this, natural BBL, it just tightens up your glutes. That's all it does. Tighten up the muscles. That's what track stars do. That's why track stars usually have asses that can ride on their shoulders. Because all that stretching and working out and running and shit like that, it just tightens up that whole region.
动作做好完之后，你的腰、你的胯、你的背都会很轻松，因为这个动作是全身关节联动的动作。怎么做啊？来，脚后跟拎起来，屈，膝盖打开，胸贴住，贴。
Look at her legs. Look at her legs. See her legs trembling, engaging all that muscle right there.
你们看他这个臀全程是不是起得很好？全程没练臀肌要不要参与？这边这屁股都圆嘟嘟的，是不是？这屁股都长得要求。为了这个屁股拼了。对，为了屁股拼了，继续。退休的小姐姐已经退休了，所以不要再说，哎呀，我49岁了还能练。你看这退休的这屁股。
See, it's showing you how firm her ass is right from doing that shit. Do that look like your future porn star? Or does that look like somebody's mama standing up there, tightening her flat back ass up? You got Google Translate the shit. I have a link for this. So
锻炼好好的，对吗？所以不要用年龄来限制自己啊！来感受一下你的腰椎有没有轻松很多。
Look at that. That look like her ass is climbing up, clenching like 2 knuckles.
轻松很多，对不对？对，感觉好像这个又在了。对，又跟你说，如果这个动作能做完，训练完之后，你会整个腰、整个脊柱都会觉得特别的轻松。所以平时腰不太好的人，好好练。
Red pill awareness. There you go. Red pill awareness on Instagram has that on there. There you go. That's too much booty in the pants. Sweet and sour chicken and fried rice special. Shut up, bro. Dance too much booty in your pants. Yeah. Dance too much booty in your pants. Pants. They're getting that work in. Body weight can be tough to show reps and static holds. Look, if a nigga in prison can work with his body weight and come out with a core that looks solid as hell, I think these women can work on their ass and be all right. Just saying. Not that's the main point, but hey, they figured it out. They'll crack the code on it. That's what you got to love about the motherfuckers. They see anything. Wow, that's cool. How does that work? I'm going to find out. They'll find out. Asians is good for that shit. They good for getting in there and cracking the code on how to make this shit themselves. Because they don't want to pay nobody. There's a Chinese doctor / bodybuilder that looks like Chun-Li in real life. Whew. Yan Hiron body was back right 3 weeks after having a baby. Yeah, because all she had was baby weight, and that shit popped right out of her, and that shit just whoop whoop snap back. My ex-wife was like that because she was so small. All her weight was the baby. She pushed that baby out. She was right back at it just with bigger boobs. Like, man, can we keep these? You are here wrong. Doctor, you are who wrong. Oh shit. She do look like an anime character for real. Jesus. Not everybody gets shitty ass degrees and things. She did my method that I tell my kids: if you're gonna do it all the way out. She did it all the way the fuck out. She went all the way to the doctor level. It still look like I'm a geek. There you go. You only wrong. Damn. Them arms. I'd pay to have her arms. Jesus. She's not ugly in the face. But god damn. That motherfucker tell you to take out the garbage, you run it out. She didn't have to tell you shit. Yeah, they will. Because the shame would be too great if they failed. They'll kick your ass. Keep falling back on your laurels thinking, oh, they're just some little silly Asians. The motherfuckers get it in when they want to. Damn, she got some serious young legs. I'm sorry. I'm still on Leela Rail as Chun-Li. Sorry. I know she's Filipino, but don't matter. All right, let's stop with the oogling of the ladies. I had me a hot Asian in a while. That's why I can't hate other nationalities. Pretty women all over the place. Travel, you'll see. As of different races, it does not matter. All right, we got a Spider Noir trailer. Yes, we do. See if I can copyright. I will like the video. I will expand said video, and we'll do this together. Shall we, studio? I'll give you my reaction to this Spider-Man Noir trailer. That's where the computer crashed last time I tried to make myself bigger on the screen. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, I'm already liking it because it's live action Nick Cage, which is cool.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Well, then
Oh shit, it's all live action.
start from the beginning.
On Amazon Prime, really? They get some good shows.
Ticks. Thoughts. Impulses. I managed to suppress them.
Right, Ben Riley. Ben Riley, Private Investigations.
Most of the time.
What's going on, Ben?
Oh, I like that dude, that actor.
Wait. What the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar. And I got plastered.
This is giving me that Spirit vibe right now. I thought he had powers. Yeah, he should.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Damn, what is this guy's name? I'm forgetting this actor's name. Y'all help me out. It's Black History Month. Let's not forget the black actors' names. Nah, I want to watch it in black and white. I really want to watch it in black and white. It will give me that Spirit vibe, but I said a but again. I would want to watch that in black and white. No power comes no responsibility. Funny. No, that looked studio. That looked good. The black and white will definitely be the watch for me. It looks like it'll be more fun if I watch it in black and white. Nick Cage doing Nick Cage and doing spider movements and stuff is like it has the opportunity to become cult classic. Like what Bite of the Spider Woman, whatever what it was called, or Vampire. When he like, I'm a vampire. That bullshit. This, oh my god, that's what it looks like he's acting like. So it could work. I don't have a problem with Nick Cage. I'll watch Nick Cage in most things because he's entertaining. And Spider Noir came over really good in the Into the Spider-Verse movie. He came across really good. So now more people know about him that don't read comic books. And it's the guy playing the voice of him. So if they can pull a script together worth a fuck, it should be pretty good. Lamore Morris, thank you. Thank you. He was in something else I saw him in recently. I'm forgetting his name now. Yeah, I'll watch that. I put it down. I forgot. That's May. I think it said May 7th, around my daughter's birthday. So I'll check that out. I like black and white with some things. Like old Hitchcock movies in black and white is a must. You got to have them in black and white. That adds to the suspense. And I like the way shadows fall. So I'm fine with that. Shit, I'll dress like I'm in a black and white movie because I'm always in blacks and grays. Well, cool. Thanks for reminding me about that, studio. Now I know what to watch. Another series to watch and review. All right, I'm about 2 hours in, and I'm fading pretty quick. So I'll talk about this last part because I mentioned it in my traveling stream that I did when I started my journey to get on the plane, my Carson MC stream. And it might have came across not clear who I was talking about because I was trying to be too careful as not to jump 2 feet into somebody else's bullshit, but to still get my thoughts out on what I thought about it, the issue. and it was about Comics Explained and Blurred Without Fear's problem with Comics Explained, which fully sounds like somebody who was a real big fan finally getting pissed off and now coming after somebody they were a fan of and looked up to. Very syndrome-ish. Now, yes. Thank you, Malika. I just showed you guys Woke last week. That's why his face is fresh in my mind. I just showed you Woke last week. The TV show was trying to get you guys to go watch the TV show. He was the lead character in Woke. Thank you. Thank you for that. Like a good noir parody like Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Yeah. So apparently people have come for Rob, calling him the most one of the most divisive words used against black men, called him a coon. And saying that now, I think about it, why do you never hear black women called coons? Right? Like, there are gay black men, there are gay white men. But you never hear them called bed wenches. I can't think of a black woman I've heard called a coon. Maybe Candace Owens, maybe. But black men always get that coon shit thrown around. And usually when I hear it, it's coming out of black folks' mouth. It's usually, from what I've seen, thrown out by darker skinned black folks and lighter skinned black folks. Which is how I see some of this Ernie beef against Rob shit. Nigga. It usually takes a couple of days to get back to me. You know the art of being somebody important? You don't respond to people right away. That's somebody who has more to do than just respond to you. That's what that means. There's more going on in their life than just responding to you immediately because you sent a text. Like the world stopped because you sent them a text. Quit it. Get the fuck over yourself, dude. He has a life just like you have a life. He has a bigger channel than you do. He's probably got a lot more shit going on. Probably. Truth be told, he could be sitting on his couch, watching television, playing with his nuts. It don't fucking matter. You will get a response in a timely fashion, and not to what you think the time should be, what they deem the time is. That's how the shit works. Oh, you saw it too, huh? That's it. I think the Blurred Without Fear was completely overreacted, but I'm on the outside looking in. That's where I'm at, right? Like, we've had the conversation before that Ernie, in his leanings, is way progressive. Way progressive. So somebody way progressive calling somebody else a coon is a bit much for me. Being mad at somebody because they're not supporting all this other supposedly diverse progressive ideas don't mean shit. Like, they're not really because they don't support this and this. And he's had some stuff to say against this, and the other. So what? They can. They have that right not to like that shit. They have the right not to support it. They have the right to say that they don't like it and will not support it. Just the same way you have the right to say, I'm mad at them because they don't support this shit. Who cares? Do you need their support for it to happen? Is their support required for anybody to engage in that lifestyle? No. So it doesn't fucking matter if they don't like it or not. Doesn't. They can't stop you from doing it. And you don't care what they had to say anyway. So what difference does it make? No. This motherfucker jumping out the window and calling people this, that, and the other. We were never friends and all the rest of the shit. And all I heard was some hurt feelings. That's all I heard. Hurt feelings and distance. I don't really know him like that. Man, shut up. Shut the fuck up. If he called you and said, hey, you want to do a live together, your ass would say yes. And be right there. Shucking and jiving, sinning and grinning. Come on, man. Like I said, I watch all of this stuff. I watch all of these people. I make my own opinions about them. I don't think, for me, in the geek space, there needs to be any division between black folks. Because the geek space ain't about that kind of division, bro. It's not necessary. This is the big tent that everybody wants to crowd into. This became where all the cool people were. And I say were because the new motherfuckers filtering in and making the tent bust at the seams ain't cool. Never were. They just know this is where the money is now. And that's what the fuck they're showing up for. And when the money is gone, they'll be gone too. Just like every other bandwagon fan. What up, Dr. Rosie? Rainfire said, I think the black female equivalent of coon is a mammy, or like you said, bad wench. Okay, I can see mammy. These are words I don't use. I've had them used against me before. I had a man in real life, older black man, call me a fucking Uncle Tom. And I wanted to hit his ass so hard in the face. I really did. This was working at my community center job. Uncle Tom's like, you know, like, hey, wait a minute, man. What the fuck? You gonna have to get the hell out of here with that shit. How the fuck am I, Uncle Tom, for doing my job and not wanting you to be fucking up in here? Man, get the fuck on. Niggas. So it's always funny to me when I hear that term thrown around, and who's the one throwing it out there? And at who? Like that old thing goes, you only get away with fucking up your own people because you're too chicken shit to fuck with anybody else because you know you pay for it. But it's okay to fuck up your own because nobody's going to care. They're just going to watch and say, man, they would do that to each other. Look at them fucking animals. Told you. So my dead set, my view on it just comes from watching what Ernie had to say about the shit and watching what Rob had to say about the shit. I don't fault Rob for not knowing every damn comic book, just like I'm not faulting overly praising Ernie because he might know a little bit and he reads that New Age milestone bullshit. Whatever. One don't make you more black and the other don't make you less black because you don't want to take, you are not injecting politics into your shit like you, the other person is. I don't think politics in that fashion, that performative view of it, needs any place in geekdom. Black, white, or whatever. It doesn't need to be here. It has only served to further divide a fan group into some other camps. What difference does it make to a shopkeeper if the comic buyer is Republican or Democrat, conservative or progressive? You know how much of a difference it makes? It means I wouldn't sell them Superboy comics if they were conservative. They probably wouldn't agree with that shit. Fine. You don't have to. It's not going to stop the book from selling because the book is still going to sell to the people who want that kind of shit. But don't think the population for that is bigger than the group of people who don't want that shit there. That's the problem. You mad because you ain't got a foothold or a bigger beachhead. There ain't enough of you. And it's not going to be enough with you trying to make every excuse in the book to try to make everybody that. It won't work. You can't. Regardless of how you try to stomp out masculinity. So the bombs that Ernie was lobbing at Rob, for the most part, did seem those of a pissed off child. Like, no, you should be this and you should do this with your channel. No, he shouldn't. You should do exactly what the fuck he's doing with his channel. Staying the fuck away from this political bullshit while he's talking about comic books. If that's what you want to do on your channel, Ernie, have at it. Have at it. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right either. I'm just saying you are free to do whatever the fuck you want to on your channel. But you damn sure can't be trying to take some punitive action against somebody else, calling them all kinds of fucking names because they don't move that way. Bro. That's so stupid. It's so stupid. So that's who I was talking about on that Carson MC stream. I was talking about this thing between Ernie and Rob, or this thing that Ernie has with Rob. Because apparently Rob ain't came back and tried to charge nobody up with anything. No clapbacks or whatever. Because mind you, all of this started over some Twitter posting. Like, you might as well said you saw the shit on Facebook, bro. Who cares? It's not a real place. Dave Chappelle said it. You laugh when he said it. I'm saying it. It's not a real place. So I don't have to give a fuck about it. This is make-believe. It's Candyland or Fraggle Rock, motherfucker. So what? Dad said, agreed. Rob has some great Blue Marvel material, and he said it best. He talks about race is applicable to the comic narrative. That's smart. That's the same way I do it. The same way I do it. I've said this many a time. The color of the character does not fucking matter unless it informs his view of the world and how the world interacts with him. That's it. If it's not doing that, the color of the character doesn't matter. He can be purple, green, fuchsia, plaid. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Just tell a compelling story and people will love it. Shit don't matter. But because you want him to make it matter, he's the biggest channel. He barely talks about this. So fucking what? Who said he had to? Who said he had to? Because he's the biggest channel? Oh, he owe you something now, right? Oh, I get it. I get it. He owes you something now. And most of his fan base is probably white. So? You realize it's mostly white people in this country, right? You know that, right? It's mostly them. So anywhere you fucking go, it's mostly them. But that's supposed to be his fault. He appeals to them. So the fuck what? I don't think a million of us black folks would be watching those about comic books because you know how most black folks think of that shit. It's for kids. But that's supposed to be like it's an indictment of him. Well, most of his subs is white. I don't know how you figure that out, but even if you did, so the fuck what? You over here in the black manosphere. How much material gets lifted from here, and repeated out of white content creators' mouths? You know what that means? You got white fans. So the fuck what? The message that you intended for your people reached broader than just your people. And half of the time, your people won't even support you to that extent. Regardless if they have those numbers or not. So what are you trying to charge him up for? It was a lot of dumb shit said. He really thought he was dropping some truth bombs on his video, and I'm watching this shit. It's like, you sound dumb as fuck, dude. You sound dumb. And that's what I went back to. I'm like, this is the dude that used to have a septum ring in his nose. Which means he was probably getting led around by his fucking chick. Why his brown, let's put it this way, why his four-eyed round ass gives a fuck about trans rights or anybody else's rights is a wonder to me. It's a wonder. Why? What difference does it make to you, sir? Please explain. I don't get it. I personally don't get it. Where if you have a preference or do choose not to talk about something, motherfuckers are going to be mad at you because you didn't talk about it. Well, you should, because you got a bigger platform. You should talk about that. You should talk about whatever the fuck got you to having the biggest platform. Because they ain't in your position and they wouldn't want to be trying to throw it away for their bullshit. They'd be turning up a whole different way. I ain't talking about none of this shit no more. Because that's the ideal, is to have subs in that number if you're on YouTube. And to get subs in that number, even if you hit every black person in this country, you're not hitting those numbers. Not on memberships, not on subscribers, not on views. So what are you actually upset about? I don't like seeing the shit because to me it will seem like you are trying to divide the black male geek content creator. That's all it sounds like to me. That's all you're trying to do. Do you think if you cut the pool in half, you can sit on the top of the pool? Dumb motherfucker. Like I said, it sounds like syndrome. If everybody's special, nobody is. And I just want to be the top banana. For shunning me and not letting me my proper due. Shit is so lame. What up, A Bizzle? He said, yep, Ernie, he loses me when he talks politics. His moist macho, his moist metro and I usually change from his channel as soon as he brings that crap up. I am there for comics, period. Yeah, understandable. There's a show that I watch where the guy always tries to work everything back to this political angle like that. And I'm like, nigga. Even on this live stream that you're watching right now, politics peripherally may come up. It's something I don't like going into, but when I do with chosen people who I talk about this shit with, dude, I have some very unpopular ideas on how this shit works. And I can tell you most of it is about, I don't give a fuck about none of the rest of this shit. I'm not going to bat for all the rest of these goddamn people who ain't went to bat for me one time. Shut the fuck up. Run your race, hustle your own struggle. It ain't my job to pick it up and carry it for you. Fuck you. That's how I feel about it. That all of y'all who got a new struggle next week benefiting off what black folks have already had to do and still ain't getting their full due. So fuck yours. Why do I need to care? I was talking to my mother about this, and we were talking about the whole ICE raids and shit like that. And I told her, like I've told you guys, I'm the wrong person to bring that shit to. I am the wrong person to bring that shit to. Because you were going to hear some shit that you was not ready to do. You don't care about that shit? Fuck no, I don't. And why didn't they round up the rest of them? Because I work construction in California, in a sanctuary city. Seeing brothers on unemployment lines stuck there because the contractor want to hire these 3 dudes under the table. Well, we need one of them because he speaks English and he can talk to the other 3. Well, fuck the other 3. There's 2 dudes outside this gate that are brothers that's been trying to get on this job for 3 weeks. But you're going to throw this good money after these motherfuckers that you can't even speak to. Disrespectful as fuck. No, I do not care. Oh, you know, they rounded up some people and they coming and kicking indoors in the middle of the night. Wow, that sounds traumatic. And they were detained and everything. They were detained. Were they let go? Because, you know, in a sweep, you kind of get everybody. And then you let the ones go that they had nothing to do with. I told y'all my story about getting face down in Reno on the pavement with a shotgun to the back of my head by a police officer because some group of assholes down the street with, you know, the different color gangs was down there fighting during hot August nights. And so when the police came down the street to restore order, they just put everybody down. And yeah, I told them I had shit to do with this, and my hotel is right there across the street that I'm laying in front of. You give a fuck, stay your ass right here. You figured out that, okay, you ain't a part of this shit, this hotel right here, let you up, go about your fucking business. I didn't ask them to kiss my ass and suck my dick and dust me off. No. I was happy to be going about my business because it didn't have shit to do with me. It was a little inconvenience. Little. I'm still here to tell you about it. I kind of see this as the same situation. A couple of people got rounded up. I'm sure a couple of people would. If you pulling people out the house in the middle of the morning while they was fucking or sleeping, I'm sure you would. But if you're trying to catch people slipping, that's the time to get them. That's why warrants are done in the morning. Yet again, another reason to be disappointed at today's black men. I was like, why hate on him instead of uplifting him? No different from the Ripper. No different from when Ripper dropped his comic. Yeah, same shit. Motherfuckers was hating. I don't give a shit that Ripper is his political leanings is what they are. I don't give a why the fuck do I care? If I want to be mad at Ripper for something and it's not even his fault, I still have never received my first edition signed copy of ISOM. Somebody stole that from the mail. They had to. That motherfucker never showed up, and nobody could track it down and get me one. Did I go back to Ripper and start talking shit about him? No, they had shit to do with him. I paid for something. He made it. He shipped it the fuck out. Somewhere between the UPS person and the person that was dropping it off that wasn't a regular guy put some shit that you should be putting inside the store outside the store. And possibly somebody saw it because how Ripper was sending his shit out, it said Ripperverse on it. Saw that shit and took it. So I never got my comic. Never. And I didn't make a big deal about it. It pissed me off, but it's charged to the game. I should have been there that day. Somebody who I was paying to open that store that day should have been there to get my goddamn comic that I ordered. Somebody else got it. It is what the hell it is. Charge it to the game. What up, Ibmore? Hey. Think you got your schedule under control now, huh? I was reading Discord. Good luck, bro. Demanding job, man. You should be making some cheddar. What do you like on your nachos? Cheddar. You should be making some. Brioche. So yeah, basically, that's all it was. It does sound like some sour grapes ass shit. Expected him to do for you like he your fucking daddy or something like that. Like, he ain't got to do none of that shit you suggested. And none of it has to be true. You just making a bunch of accusations and calling them a bunch of fucking names based on what? Your conversation or lack thereof? Or not even that. His following of some two other dudes that you don't like? So the fuck what? You can follow anybody and not have to agree with them. I don't agree with them motherfuckers. I still follow them. Why? Because I want to know when their next piece of shit come out. So I can listen to it. See where they stole from and see what they have to say. I mean, this is what we did in the 80s as kids. This is how you learn to take in information, read newspapers and stuff like that. You read different sources so you understand the slant that each source puts on it. So because I've listened to these guys' content, being the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers, when I watch a movie, I automatically know the shit that they're going to call out and have a problem with because I know their disposition and their preference. Oh, yeah, white boys is going to have a field day with this shit. I know right off the bat. Does it make me not like the product? Does it make me hate them for having that view? No, they have the view they have. I have the one I have. They thought Captain America 4 sucked. I agreed it sucked in some parts, but some other parts of it were decent. Do I give a shit that they don't like Sam Wilson Captain America? No. Why not? Why would I? That was the whole point. If they had read that damn comic when Sam Wilson became Captain America, that was part of what was in the story. Pseudo geeks. Pseudo geeks. That was the point. I've talked about it many a time about how bullshit it is that no, it should have went to such and such. Sam can never be Captain America because he doesn't have the powers. It shouldn't have been Bucky. It wasn't even Bucky in the comic books for but a minute. And what powers Bucky got? Longevity and a robotic arm? He should never be Captain America anyway because he's killed too many goddamn Americans. You fucking kidding me? Shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. You just want it because that's the closest white boy. It's fine. It's fine. It ain't, but it's fine. Be mad. Same way they was pissed off at Johnny Storm being Michael B. Jordan. The same way they think Black Panther was overrated. Same way they think Sinners was overrated. That's shit they don't like. So I'm not surprised. So it ain't ruined my enjoyment of it one bit. It ain't stopped me from talking as long as I want to about how good it is. I'm not involved in their fucking politics. I can give a fuck less. I just don't want it in the geek space. It ain't improving shit. It's only making the same cynicism and division that happens outside of the geek space, where you can't watch a movie, a commercial, an award show without somebody throwing their fucking phallic dick in your face, political dick in your face. Very Epstein of them. You didn't ask for it to see it, but you just don't have to get this shit. Because this is what I feel you need. Oh, fuck you. Blurred is like Nerdrotic and CD. Critical in that way. They're all exactly. See, here's the thing. I pointed this out too, Dead Set, before about you realize these other geek content creators make shows. They have panel shows, but the panel is made up of just other content creators. That I don't know if I'm the only one. Maybe I'm not. Let's just say I'm not. But at least over here in the Black Manosphere, I'm the only geek content creator who does panel shows with the regular people. You know, the regular ones that go out and buy these goddamn tickets didn't get in fucking free. Didn't know somebody, didn't have a plug. That spent their money, spent their time to watch this shit and talk about it. The actual people. Like a comic shop. You know, the people who paying for the shit. Talk to them, see what they thought about it. As far as I know, I'm the only one that does that. Everybody else sitting there talking to their friends and bumping up their channels at the same time because a rising tide raises all their ships. So they can have some wildly unpopular beliefs and views. Don't fucking matter. Because most of them white. And it's mostly white people in this country. And they gonna flock there without a beat. They gonna get supported up the ass without even having to ask. And they can say some of the most inflammatory shit and it just be what it is. People take it and run with it like gospel. So much so that other black folks want to run back to you, another black person, and ask, did you hear what so-and-so said? Fuck them. Did you tell them what I said? They won't believe it unless it came from them. And they could be repeating the shit that you said. What up, Ray Hummer? So yeah, that's why I think it's funny. It's always just other content creators. But that's the unity that they show with each other. You can be mad about it. You can not like it. But it doesn't seem to be hurting any of their channels. Because they helping each other. What Ernie out there doing is trying to split up something you should actually be pulling together. But you know, if you told them, fuck you, I don't think he this, and I don't give a damn what anybody say, your fan base will be going after your ass. Like you should give a fuck. Because standing on yours means standing on yours against all, not just some, all. If you're doing some unpopular shit and somebody in your family says, man, I'm gonna stop fucking with you. You keep doing that unpopular shit and you know what you're doing is righteous, what do you say? You right, man. I'm gonna stop that because we fam. I don't want you to talk. I don't want you to think badly of me. Or do you tell them, man, go fuck yourself? I guess that will be one less Christmas gift I have to buy this year. No. You don't play to the mob. Appeasing. No. You do shit like that, you'll lay down for anything. And that's how you get, some T-rights up your ass. I don't say I can rock with Blur's humor at all. Laughing out loud. I tried to respect the black comic historians. What comic historians? We got some of those around? Because you know it takes 20 years for something to become a classic, and so many years past that for things to become historic. Any of them at that age? Or are they just giving you what they read off of fucking Wikipedia or some shit? Some comic site. Because I told you, when this motherfucker was trying to do his little bit about Milestone, he was wildly wrong. About the original Milestone comics, he was wildly wrong. I said he hadn't read this shit at all. That is not what happened. And you got the book in your fucking hand. Why don't you read it and see that it's not what it was? No, but he's so in love with the New Age Milestone that that's his cause to bat now. You notice nobody has actually gave a fuck? How long have I been holding up that Milestone Compendium? Number one, calling it the Bible of Geekdom. When was that motherfucker talking about it? Before or after? I buy every one of those compendiums when they come out. Why? Because I've never seen them before? No, I actually own the individual issues. Still. Bagged and boarded. It's like 4 of them now. 4 or 5 of them now. Art, you behind, nigga. You're behind. Let me get on you, Ray. Milestone, one word. Lowercase s. It was a milestone for a black company to be made in comic books and be there. Putting it out. It was a milestone. That's why it was Milestone Entertainment. To show how far you've come. And you saw what your white boys inside of the industry did for these motherfuckers. Helped put their ass out of business by not circulating their books. And then bought those characters and threw them on the fucking shelf. And then start picking off of them like fucking vultures to try to boost up their characters. And then so many years later, they put them out with all this woke shit put in it. When that didn't work, they killed it, and then they started it again. 3rd run. This time they dialed back a little of the woke shit. There's your history for you. Do they mention that? For a decent view on history, you've actually had to live through some of it. You can't get it all secondhand. So that's why I ask you, what black historians? What black comic historians? Who? Denny's Cowan? I don't think he stream on YouTube. Yeah, they existed under DC. And they were smothered and stuck in a drawer, put on a shelf by DC. Black Lightning didn't get cool until DC owned Static. Then they start pumping all that shit from Static into Black Lightning. Teen Titans wasn't something that really took off in the modern era until say his name if you remember it, start writing that shit. You know, the person who was writing the Milestone books that was hidden. Say his name. It's Black History Month. Say his motherfucking name. You remember all the image creators and can spit that shit out like somebody paying you to do it? There's the black one. So, yeah, no, bro. Say that shit for somebody else. Y'all gonna get on my nerves. He's stuck behind on some other shit. There we go. Latest one is number 5. And there's only 5 compendiums. It looks like number 5 is the last one. Ugh. Y'all still ain't said his name. That's really fucking disrespectful. You realize that, right? Dead and gone. The folks that won't even remember his damn name or say it openly. Thank you, beastly nerd. Fucking hell. Dwayne McDuffie. Major T is cool. Or at least better than they had been in a while. A lot of your DC characters got better when Dwayne McDuffie worked writing them. While his characters was sitting their ass on the shelf. At the company he working for. So that's my view on that shit with Ernie's bullshit. Leave Rob the fuck alone. Rob can do whatever the fuck he want to. Your audience, your material, what you put out into the world reaches who the hell it reaches. That's it. That's all. It reaches who it reaches. There's nobody can sit on the side of you and tell you where you should be reaching these people. You should be reaching more of these people. I reach who resonates with the message that I have to give. That's just what it is. And some shit doesn't resonate with me, just like I know I don't resonate with some people. It's just what it is. But in a long game way, you just play that shit out. You reach the ones you need to. So, anyway, I'm tired now. It's almost 10 o'clock here. And I need to shower and get some sleep. I'm still not going to tell that piece. I thought I was. I'm still not going to tell. Maybe I'll tell when I get back home. But that's been it for me. I thank you guys for coming through. Even though this is a late stream on a Monday instead of a Sunday. I was flying all Sunday, so there was no way I could have did a stream Sunday. And there was no time for me to do it Saturday because I was on call Saturday. And I had enough bullshit going on Saturday. So it worked out Monday late, but I still showed up because, like I said, this is one of the most important things I do all week. So I want to make sure I do this stream for you guys to get out there and talk about this shit from a perspective that you may not have heard. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you for those who donated in the chat and off the chat. Oh, fuck. The banner's off. No one. It's a lot easier to donate when you know where to go. So there's the banner. I'll let that run while the credits is rolling and everything else. It does not close. So just because the show is not on doesn't mean you can't donate to the channel. If you feel so inclined, I do appreciate it. I am going to get my tired ass off of here in the shower and then in the bed and continue reading the Odyssey. Thank you guys for coming through today. I've been Artisan MC. I do this every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time until I feel like stopping, where I will talk about geekdom life and everything else. Your hero is on a journey in New Mexico right now, the land of enchantment, which apparently they're trying to change their thing to the chili capital of the world. And I'm like, no, I like the land of enchantment. Just because you got more Latinos here now don't mean it needs to be revolving around chili peppers. Fucking stupid. Anyway, that's just me. But your hero will be back next week. And until then, I'll be on my journey. And I will see you all next time. Peace.
If that nigga MC Spade finna make and break a bitch, smack her all upside her head and let her know my people thick. She gon' try to make it look as if you going out like the hoe. Never think twice about a bitch, cause when you pimp it, then you know. Don't get caught up with no bullet bitches. Try to get your head, make it break it, take that hoe and have that hoe making your bread. Rearrange the situation, clap your door and think before. Always stay a step ahead and make her make your cash flow. Get that bitch a big nigga, keep that hoe up on the call. Let her know that what you saying is gonna be best for both of y'all. Take her money, leave her hanging, pimp that bitch and get your G. Think that bitch gon' get my man, man, fuck that shit, man. What I do to pimp and make my business big. Disrespect my pimpin', nigga, I'm gon' have to spit your weed. See, I'm pimpin', make my money, make it on bitches, that's my two. Get your hoe up out my face, cause I'm drinking these.
Life is like a gamble, you could win or lose. Gotta pick and choose your battles, gotta pay your dues. Don't let them pussy niggas eliminate you. You a hustler, it's time to take over too. Back in the city, that's the 702. Hold it down for the country, cause I got southern roots. Them niggas, they be clowns, they can't do what I do. That's why when I come around, they bitch be loving the crew. Damn.
The police on my license plate. You can tell the niggas don't know. Bitch, y'all got it bad, calling me around. The police on my license plate. You can tell the niggas don't know. Bitch, y'all got it bad, calling me around.
That nigga MC Spade finna make and break a bitch. Smack her all upside her head and let her know my people thick. She gon' try to make it look as if you going out like a hoe. Never think twice about a bitch, cause when you dip it, then you know. Don't get caught up with no bitches. Try to get your head, make and break it, take that hoe and have that hoe making your bread. Rearrange the situation, clap your door and think before. Always stay a step ahead and make her make your cash flow. Get that bitch a big nigga, keep that hoe up on the call. Let her know that what you saying is gonna be best for both of y'all. Take her money, leave her hanging, pimp that bitch and get your G. Think that bitch gon' get
get my man, man, fuck that shit, my nigga, please. Running game is what I do. Pippin, make my business big. Disrespect my pippin, nigga. I'm gon' have to spit your weed. See, I'm pippin, make my money, make it on bitches, that's my two. Get your hoe up out my face, cause I'm thinking these fools.